amazing round. Great hat-trick from Taz.
He flashes in and casts the ultimate. Lina, 20 health left. Oh no, she will flash it. The shield clutch.
Oh, a blink into all those units. An amazing defense. Champion of the Intel Extreme Masters.
Da sind wir auch wieder zurück. Meine Stimme hat gerade ein bisschen gelitten, hatte ich das Gefühl, aber ich hoffe, mit normaler Lautstärke geht das ganz gut. Denn jetzt dürfen wir uns zusammen freuen auf die erste League of Legends Partie heute hier auf der Mainstage. Seid ihr heiß? Wollt ihr League of Legends sehen und hören? Die Leute hier vor Ort sind auf jeden Fall schon heiß. Es ist gerade mal Donnerstag. Und so wie es scheint, können wir hier gleich ein richtig geiles Publikum miterleben. Wir wollen das erste Team auf die Bühne rufen. Und ich bitte jetzt mit einem ganz großen Applaus das Team Solomit. Die Jungs dürfen heute antreten gegen das Team von Alternate, unsere deutschen Vertreter hier vor Ort. Und ich bitte jetzt um einen ganz großen Applaus für das Team Alternate. Oh, oh. Ja, er hat's vergessen. Wow. Die beiden Teams werden jetzt gegeneinander antreten. Wir sind sehr gespannt, wie es wird. Sie haben, also ich glaube, wenn ich das hier so richtig gesehen habe, schon ziemlich viel Zeit verbringen dürfen mit Training und viel mehr. Ich saß hier schon mehrere Stunden, die Jungs von Alternate auch. Und so wie ich das hier sehe, geht's gleich los. Wir haben ein kleines Vorinterview für euch mitgebracht. Die Jungs warten ja wirklich schon ziemlich lange. Sie haben sich, wie gesagt, zwar schon vorbereitet, haben aber, ich glaube, die meisten von denen noch nicht so ganz viel Offline-Erfahrung. League of Legends, ein Spiel, was noch nicht so allzu lange hier mit auf dem Markt ist. Es ist letztes Jahr gerade erst mal mit am Start gewesen und ich habe hier gerade einen ganz sympathischen Kerl auf der rechten Seite, einer unserer deutschen Vertreter gesehen, nämlich Unso. Aber Kelly mit dabei mit dem Vorinterview. Viel Spaß!
Alright, we're just going to talk to Team Alternate first. In the last game, you actually lost to Millennium. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened?
We underrest Annie and she carried the game for the rest of the team. I think the rest was no problem, only Annie and we underrest her.
Well, can you tell us a little bit more about the roles in your team? Each player, what kind of role do they play?
Me, Unso, play as jungler. Our Pharrell Lord play as a P carry, I think midline. And we have Cliff and he play on top line. We thought Fish will play, but he feels not good. He's not in good mood, and so we decided in the last second that Cliff will play. And supporter will be Licardis, and Kira will play the range carry.
Just want to ask Team Solo, mate. You come into the tournament as a favorite in the tournament. So what do you want to say about this fact that you're the favorites right now?
Well, we're just gonna come here, try our best, and see what happens. It's fun and it's one of our hobbies, so why not try our best?
So for League of Legends, have you actually watched the other team play before, and do you have any special strategy to counter what they do?
That team? I have not watched them play. I do watch other teams play on Europe, but to me they're like a new team, so I've never heard of them before. So we're coming in the match blinded and we don't even know.
Alright, I'm sure both teams will do really well, so we should let them get to their games.
That's enough. And welcome back here to the main stage now at the IEM here at Gamescom in Cologne. And wow, Lee, the crowd is incredible.
It's pretty big.
You people are crazy. This is just Thursday. Nothing's supposed to happen on Thursday. What are you guys doing here?
Well, I mean, 10 o'clock, the doors open, and like, just people just poured in. We were like, and hang on a minute, I'm not ready.
I have to say, really, am I doing this right? Yeah, there you go. Hearts to you guys for coming out here and watching esports. It's amazing. And just look over the shoulders. It's an ocean of people out there. So we're getting ready right now. People are joining the game. TSM, we're just talking about this. Maybe, let's say, in the group of 4 teams that we could count as favorites. Surely not the favorites for the tournament, even though that was a little bit too much plurals there. Even though they definitely can take this.
They're definitely the group favourites, is what kind of maybe Kelly was getting to. That, I mean, almost certainly the favourites for me personally. With Millennium having quite a few changes, Millennium versus Solomid coming up after this, by the way. Just get that one straight in. I mean, that is almost certainly the big game. Alternate coming into this one on the back of a loss. I don't know actually what the result was. Because I don't know the result because they play after this one. You see, it's been a pretty crazy schedule for us guys, and Team Solomid very much the favourites for this match. I mean, Alternate, Atex, they were pretty good against Millennium. We saw it this morning, and it was the first game of the tournament. You never know with first games of the tournament. Team Solomid at DreamHack had a nightmare of a first game of the tournament against Team Zan. They lost it, but completely nobody was ready for that one. So I don't know what we're going to see. I mean, the American style versus the European style is very different. And personally for me, I think Reginald is probably going to be one of the key guys in this. We were talking to him earlier, and we just seen him interviewed as well. He's pretty confident. I went up to the stage, and I sat on the stage, and I was just saying, you know, are you nervous about sitting up here? Because we talked to Hotshot earlier, and he was like, it's pretty intimidating stage to sit up there. I mean, this is that League of Legends, obviously, when you played at DreamHack, you weren't on a massive stage until the final. Well, it was streamed to the massive stage.
A couple of guys.
So this is probably like the biggest thing that they've sat at, and, you know, had a huge crowd sat behind us, all sat watching. People have got banners, they've been cheering it. League of Legends has just gone into a new era of esports.
Last year, CLG had the honor of actually fighting for North America at the World Cyber Games. Have you heard of the World Cyber Games, Lee? I believe you may have cast that game.
I believe I was there. Yeah. It was a pretty big...
It was a good crowd. Yeah. It was a good crowd, especially because the game was so young back then. The game, of course, now a bit more mature, and we have a really, really brilliant scene. And you know what? We love the scene, and we've just recently put a number to that love. That number is 5 million, by the way. That's how much money we're going to sink into Season 2. But yeah, we have a brilliant scene here. And like you say, offline tournaments are always a different beast altogether. Fnatic are quite well known for doing really well offline. They won the Intel Extreme Masters at the CeBIT in Hanover earlier this year. Back then they were still called, I think, Team... Were they My Revenge? They were My Revenge then. Yeah, actually they were My Revenge then. And they won it against Millennium, who were still called AAA. So there's a lot of team changing, which happens. You know, if another team makes you a better offer, this is just the reality of esports. So if you get a good offer, of course you take it. Why wouldn't you? So yeah, these guys are really good with the nerfs, and I think that gives them an advantage, but they haven't been able to practice a lot. TSM, I would have said, like 2 weeks ago, would have said definitely they are the strongest team from North America. But then very recently at the IEM Guangzhou qualifiers, CLG, and I'm sorry for using that bad word, but they stomped TSM. They totally ruffled, stomped them.
Very one-sided. It was quite
absolutely clear. Yeah. So everything is possible here.
Yeah. All right. I mean, from a perspective, if you sit back there on that PC, it's a view that really only the cameraman will ever get to see. When they're sat behind it, you can't see a great deal of the crowd because you got your big monitor in the way and you got your computer, so you can kind of hide from it.
But you hear the roar.
Exactly. That's exactly what Hotshot said. You can hear the crowd. If you know, if someone's going to face check a bush, you know, do a double lift, as it were, go straight in. The crowd are going to respond to it and go, "Oh, don't go in there."
Kids, don't do a double lift.
So it's quite important. You know, we'll get to see how they're doing. We're just waiting for the players to sort the sides out, so they're just going to sort that, and we'll get the bands going.
By the way, people here in Cologne, that means it's up to you to make a lot of noise and put these people on their toes, because when they're on their toes, that's when the interesting action happens. That's when they maybe misstep a little bit, but you know what? Missteps lead to very interesting games. So make sure to make them hear you. Make sure to be loud enough. Don't be shy. Applaud for things that happen. Earlier today, there was the side stream going on. People were super polite about it. They were like, "Should we clap now? Should we not?" Just clap. You're here at an offline event. Clap, yell, and let these teams know how much you are entertained by their play. And we're now giving the go in the chat. Actually, there was a bit of a wait there.
It's okay. I mean, since I've got you here and I've got a fairly captive audience, it has to be said.
Yes.
Daniel, I believe you've got a new version of the game coming out.
I believe.
Dominion. It's
I
just
believe.
a small announcement you made for this event.
There's a little thing called League of Legends Dominion. Actually, I can see it from here. Do you see it over there?
I do.
This
I can
close.
see it in action.
So yes, League of Legends Dominion is our new map and our new game mode as well, guys. So you know, Riot Games is trying very, very hard to be the most player-focused company in the world. We listen to what our players want, and the number one thing they've been demanding, except for server stability, which I believe we now have. It was a new map, and we thought, why just give them a new map? We'll just give them a new mode as well. Yeah. It's a capture and hold mode, kind of similar to Battlefield. What's it called in Battlefield?
Conquest.
Conquest. So very similar to that. It's 5 points. You have to hold more points than the enemy team, and it's super condensed. It's a 20-minute game, so we took everything that's fun in League of Legends, condensed it into one crazy panicked adrenaline rush, and we're now actually going into the picks and bans here, and we should probably be switching over to those. There's the first ban already, just like earlier today, TSM just banning that Ashe right away. They don't want to face Ashe. Yeah, Crystal Arrow.
We saw this earlier on. Team Solo Mid are pretty straightforward what they want. Yeah. They were very quick with the picks, very quick with the bans. They knew exactly what they were going to do. Let's see if we're going to have a crazy Baron strategy this time, but a Mumu ban straight away.
I'm having a déjà vu.
Yeah, exactly. This is almost identical to earlier.
It is
being banned straight out. So these are quick fire bans. I mean, they've got 30 seconds, but they're using 5 seconds at most.
These are the identical bans for TSM versus My Revenge so far. These are exactly the identical bans.
Maybe they got
the
together.
last one would be Gangplank then. Let's see the Gangplank guy.
Yeah. Well, you've got to remember, we're on the Wukong patch, so it's Gangplank is very strong, Oriana's very strong, which is why he got banned straight out there. So there's various things.
He did get nerfed a little bit before.
The Wukong patch,
a little bit.
Pretty strong.
Not as strong as these, not as much of a nerf as there is on live. Oh, Nocturne. Well, that was on the other team.
Yeah.
Let's see them ban Gangplank now.
So what does this leave open for Team Solo Mid? We're going to see Reginald probably midding again.
Yeah, he has a free choice. He can take whatever he wants.
He was strong on Brand earlier, wasn't he? So
right. Actually, before we go into the game, maybe I could get a little bit more of Demon on my headphones. I can barely hear him here, and when it gets loud,
it's not something everyone normally asks for.
I do,
especially after a few beers. Normally, people are like, "Can you turn down a bit?" Is there a volume control on you?
Yeah. I just want to make sure when it gets very loud. There was the Brand. Yeah, they were watching the earlier game.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Now I can hear you in my ears.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
So Gangplank picked straight up there, and we were just saying, how strong he is. So is that going to be jungle Gangplank, or is it going to be top solo?
I think it's going to be jungle.
Oh, it's got to be jungle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty certainly. And that is it the odd one who does that? Yeah, I think it's the odd one. And he is so good with that jungle playing. You'd think that as a jungler you need a strong, like a fear or a root or a stun, but you really don't. If you have a slow that's as strong as this, and especially if you come in from an angle where the tower is here and you come in and the enemy guy is here and you come in from his tower, for instance in top lane, if you're blue, you come in from their jungle, then you're guaranteed to hit both your Q and the first auto attack, and that's 2 stacks of your slow right there. That's guaranteed, and that means you can follow up with as many of them as you want, and that is super devastating, and the damage output from Gangplank is just through the roof.
And then his ulti is really handy as well. He can be anywhere on the map, just pop that ulti down if you're getting away with it. Oh, so
I'm happy.
See Pharrellum. Pharrellum was the one that actually played on Lux.
Yes.
Made a pretty bold move, is the word I'll use without being too rude. Went with a Meki Soul Stealer, which a lot of people were saying, what did he go with there? But and then we see obviously Caitlyn being picked up, but immediately X Special going in with Alistair.
Once again?
We saw it, this morning, as well as Rainman taking Udyr for top. So Udyr was very strong in this patch. It's something to take note. It's something it's kind of like Aurelia or Udyr top these days.
Right. So let me just quickly talk about why I clapped when I saw the Nivea pick. So the best chance that Alternate have at this point is playing to their strengths, and Forellenlord was, I should probably pronounce it German, Forellenlord was known for the longest time for his Anivia. He was just a brilliant Anivia player, and he's kind of switched away from her. And about the Lux pick, they said, well, we see the Janna pick there, he said, well, normally it works. Lux pick normally works, but there's an Olaf again, very good. Normally it works, but you know what? Those high-level teams, they dodge.
Who would have thought? Crazy idea.
Oh man!
So we've got Olaf again. We saw Olaf jungling this morning as well. So
that was so good.
They're going with a fairly steady team. He actually got a double kill in mid this morning.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're going to fall for it this time though.
Probably not. Well, they played against.
Oh dear.
No. Who played Olaf? Yeah, that's the Zillion for Reggie, of course. Oh boy,
This is something we see a lot of with the American teams. You see Big Fat GG using our Zillion as well a lot in mid. Don't tend to see it in the European teams at all. It's always your Brands, your Annies, your Niveas, etc.
Let's see the top lane for the alternate. And wasn't it My Revenge that we saw on the Olaf early today? I'm pretty sure it was it? No, what did we cast, the two of us? I get confused.
You're getting confused already.
What did we cast earlier? Didn't we cast Team Solomid versus My Revenge?
It's pretty much an identical team that My Revenge used. They actually had quite a bit of success with it, to be fair. Team Solomid, they started off strong, then had a little moment, and then they came out strong. Okay, we've got a fanboy of Shushe in the house.
But what? You know what I'm seeing here? I'm seeing a time warp. It's suddenly 3 months ago again, and double AP is strong again.
Yeah,
I don't know. How
see.
did this happen?
I mean, how is Gragas going to fare against Udyr top? Surely he's just going to go,
Udyr?
Turtle Shield, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing. You know what would be absolutely crazy, but we're not going to see it because people are not that crazy. I would love them, though, if we saw a jungle Gragas and a lane Olaf. You know what? I was actually sitting next to Hotshot during the picks and bans for TSM vs My Revenge. He was like, jungle Olaf, lane Olaf, do it. But they didn't. So, yeah, it looks like the Olaf is going to be in the jungle, so that's the more normal. And look at that, Pharrell is not playing his strong character. I don't understand it, but you know what? Oh, he is. Oh, I don't know what they're doing. They're doing the shuffle.
They're trolling us.
It's a dance. That's what it is.
Trolling for the main stage is what it is. So
70
Team
seconds to go.
Solomid versus Alternate. And really, it's the homegrown team versus the big nasty Americans coming in here. So who do we think is going to win? Is it going to be Team Solomid or Alternate? Team Solomid, have a cheer, anyone?
Can we have a round of applause for Team Solomid?
Silence.
Come on, someone, Team Solomid.
Oh, what about Alternate, the German team?
All right, so let's hear it for Team Alternate. Yeah, it's about even, I'd say. Even.
Maybe it's a hot crowd. I don't know. They're just.
I don't know.
Maybe you should just go for a Dimashia shout.
That's too easy. Let's not go for the low-hanging fruit. So let's have a quick look. Reggie's going to be mid. Raymond's going to be top on Udyr, and it's going to be Tristana and Alistair bot lane this time. Alistair bot lane is brilliant because A, he is a very strong aggressive support. B, he can leave Tristana alone to solo farm and level very, very quickly, while he goes and wreaks havoc in other lanes. So we're almost into this game now, the first game on the main stage.
So who do you think is going to win? I mean, favourites, it's got to be Team Solomid, surely.
I'm going to say it's going to be Team Solomid. But you know what? Maybe Alternate can surprise us. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Let's see this game.
Indeed, let's see it. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to League of Legends here on the Intel Extreme Masters at Gamescom with a packed house, as it were. It's hot in here. And
oh, yeah.
And I was told, you know, it's as normal. Gamescom comes around, the temperature gets really hot.
Yes.
So, what do we got? We got Chaos on Tristana, Special on Alistair, the Rain Man on Udyr, the Odd One on Gangplank in the jungle, and Reginald in mid and on Zillion.
May I just point out 11 millisecond pings? That is pretty nice.
Yeah, so we can't get any complaints, can we? That's for sure.
So we can, but they wouldn't make sense.
So do you want to give the alternate ATEX team with the proper pronunciation
right,
before I ruin the names?
Alternate Forellenot playing a Nivea after all. They were trolling us. Unso is playing the Olaf. Kirio, I'm guessing if it's German, is playing the Caitlyn. Cliff is playing the Cliff was the last minute replacement we just heard about, is playing Gragas, and finally Licardis is playing Janna. And they're setting up for their blue buff, probably to protect Olaf. Oh, Chaos is very far ahead. Let's see, but he should be safe. Nice barrel hitting actually 4 of them. Barely missing there with the tornado. Forellenot needs to be away from his team so that the bomb doesn't hit them. Yeah, very well done there. That worked. And it looks like TSM are actually on the retreat now because they did get split. The stun is actually hitting good damage against Egg Special there. But he should be safe. I mean, he is the bull. I mean, he can pulverize. It should be fine, right?
The cow can take a lot of hits. He's probably the last person they wanted to really hit. Yeah. And Reginald's going to get... Oh, that's a flash. So flash summoner spell used already. Having to get out of the way of that barrel as well as the Anivia Ice Blast. So coming straight through. So let's just see what is going to happen. And amazingly, we had, once again, Americans in action in mid in the first team fight as it were, but no one went down, so no first bloods. Reginald's going to return straight to lane, and again you can see the items down at the bottom of your screen, so we don't need to keep giving up the tab. You've got the CS scores in there, etc. So we've got was that a ward it just took out there? I don't think it was.
No.
They didn't get that close to ward it, so Clairvoyance once again going down. Remember, the odd one on Gangplank is jungling, so it's going to go with the big wolf to start with. Kind of expected, pretty standard strategy, and yes, expected Olaf will go straight towards Golems at the top there, and nicely pulled as well by Gragas.
That's nice. That saves them some damage.
Lanes are kind of setting out as we'd expect, and Tristana just helping out with the starting off on the Golems actually with X Special.
Yep, she can do that just fine because by the time Gangplank comes back down there, the Golems are going to be back. And I believe we're actually streaming off my screen. If that's the stream, that's my screen right now. So we should make sure which one we're streaming off of. And okay, in middle we see Anivia against Cillian. Normally I'd always say I'd give that to Anivia, but this is Reginald Cillian. Oh, nice dodge there just at the last second. Well done. Let's have a quick look at how bot lane is settling in. Chaos is going to be just fine with Tristana. He's going to wait a couple of levels before he gets aggressive, obviously. He wants to have both the ESE and the jump. Nice, he walks over the trap before it gets armed. Well done there. In mid lane it looks like, oh, actually, Olaf almost dying there to a Gangplank who is already invading his jungle with blue buff, and Olaf has to run across the lane, while Anivia also got rather low. And Olaf is now back in his own jungle. It should be fine. Gangplank super aggressive, and you know he can play super aggressively. And
that's really interrupted Gangplank, because Gangplank, sorry, not Gangplank, Olaf now, because he can't go straight on towards the Golem, which is exactly what he's going to do. Boom, bomb getting straight on. It's not going to quite have enough to finish him off, but it's certainly going to take him low, so he really wants to dodge the egg there. Reginald also got caught very well in the process. What's he down to? 83 hit points, so one more bomb. He needs to be careful. Looking down the bottom there, you can see X Special just coming out the side there, but that sent Olaf back, so he went ahead of his jungle curve, so he's still not managed to get that blue buff down the bottom there, which is kind of, it's going to knock him back, it has to be said. Gangplank's going to continue on. Gangplank's just been back to buy, so he's come back with boots, stack of health pots, and a ward. I'm just keeping my eye on Furlan in the middle here. He is going to go back now, so he's being forced back early.
Yeah, let's have a look at the top lane. Let's see how that lane works out, because that's the untypical lane. We have the Gragas versus Udyr here, and let's have a quick look at the CS. Udyr is at 19, where Gragas is at 12, so there is a tendency already that we can see. And yeah, look at that, just shielding. Yeah, I'm going to be fine. So that lane, I really can't see how well that's going to be. And oh, look at that, the Pirate actually in the enemy jungle there. Nice catch. And he's going to take the blue. I don't think Olaf's going to get there in time, because Olaf still has to cover mid lane, and he's only level 3. Oh, Olaf, that's unfortunate for you. Well, let's see if the other one has enough. Takes the blue, probably going to take one of the small lizards, and then going to say, see ya. Oh, he's going to take both lizards. Okay, why not? Why not? It's better to leave one lizard just to screw with the respawn timers of the enemy. Meanwhile, bot lane, we see Tristana 29 versus Caitlyn at 27, so these two are quite even. Kitty on Caitlyn obviously is going to be a competent laner. It doesn't look like Pharrell Lord is going to go anywhere away from his tower anytime soon, and that's certainly the right play. He's falling behind in 26 to 17, the creeps go in middle lane. So once again, the same story, TSM just completely shutting down the enemy mid lane.
Absolutely, pretty dominant. Meanwhile, at the top, I mean, this is exactly the same as what we saw against Aurelia. You know, neither of them can really do a great deal of damage against each other, so they're just going to continue farming. Oh, they are going to come straight in there. Olaf is going to come around. He actually fancies his chances in 2v1 there against Olaf. Rayman turning around and thinking, maybe I could take this one. Meanwhile, Zillion has returned back to mid. Immediately, the bomb goes on. Speed boost, dodges it nicely, gets a rewind, and another bomb going to go straight off, and that's going to do a lot of damage straight away in mid. And you know, Rayman's just Reginald, sorry, he's just come back from the tower rush. So I'm thinking if he's going to have to go back again here. Reginald's all right. He's just going to that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean that's
21 to 31 in the mid lane right now, the score. Now look at bot lane. I don't think that Janna and Caitlyn are going to do anything. They're just going to hold back and allow the enemies to farm, which is, you know, the only real option at this moment. And yeah, Janna can't even get a hold of her own bushes. Obviously, the meta game. Oh, there's the flash in and Pulverize is going to headback. Yes, very good headbutt. And there is the jump in as well. And that could be a kill. Gets super low. The dot is not going to be enough. But that means Caitlyn is going to have to go home. And this early in the game, already more than 1k ahead. In mid lane, Forellenlord fancies his chances with no health at all. But I believe he has his egg up still. So even if Reginald eggs him, he can still go home and he can still rebirth and be fine. Oh, actually, nice wall. They're forcing Reginald to flash again, and there's the egg. He's not going to be able to put out enough damage because he's completely out of mana. But you know, having the egg off of Anivia is going to help a lot, especially if there's going to be a team fight in the next 5 minutes or so. And oh no, there is gang playing. Forellenlord has no idea this is going on, and there is the move speed buff. There is the first slow. Is he going to get in range for another slow? Oh, Reginald getting super low. Now Forellenlord actually also fancies his chances against Gangplank because there's Olaf in the bushes now. Wow, what a circulation.
It's going off all over the place, and it's actually bought Olaf a little bit of time now. So Gangplank was a level ahead. He still is a level ahead, in fact, with obviously the invading the jungle early on. So he's doing a grand job at the moment. Reginald's actually pretty low. Could do with perhaps going back, whether he's just going to try and farm as much as possible, try and push the lane and then go back. Meanwhile, at the top, Udyr, you can see, has taken Cliff very low on Gragas at the top there. And we can see Gragas just moving around the ward placements, starting to go down in river. So the Dragon is caught. Remember, 8-minute mark is when the European teams normally go for Dragon. 12 minutes is tends to be the Americans. I guess it's really a case when you get that advantage, when you manage to take.
It depends on your setup as well. It depends on your setup and on your jungler, how quickly your jungler can do it. And Olaf can do it very, very quickly. I'm not even so sure about Gangplank, because Gangplank to me is still a very new jungler, and he's going to fancy his chances against this Udyr again top lane. Udyr's like, all right, come on, let's dance. And Olaf just has to run straight to his tower. He's not going to dance with that giant turtle, which is probably the right choice there.
Yeah, and it's very hard because, you know, Udyr is very hard to lane against. He can get very strong, and once he gets fed up enough, you know, and it's really hard to stop him. It has to be said.
Absolutely.
He becomes like an unstoppable force. And the moment Gragas is just going to pick up the free farm and saying, "Olaf, do you mind getting out of my lane? You're taking out my jungle." And immediately we're seeing Reginald in the mid though, coming straight around, managing to get the bomb. I think he got a rewind as well. Yeah, I guess the second bomb off there, just about dodging the blast as well, so he didn't get stunned by him. So it's all working well. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, 62 CS to Caitlyn's 50, so not too bad, around about 10 difference. It's not a great gap, and Janna is going to have to come back. But they are starting to push the tower, so they're starting to put that damage on it. You can see the Piltover Peacemaker just winging across. No damage whatsoever gone onto bottom lane, top lane, or mid lane. So none of the towers for TSM at the moment have been touched. Whereas TSM have started to push, although not a great deal. It's pretty even, really, and we're going to have a nice, probably 10-15 minute lane phase down the bottom here, I think.
You know, that's something that doesn't happen in Dominion. I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, it's a nice, relaxed lane phase, and it does make sense in our metagame. We understand what it means. We understand what the advantages are that you need to find. But honestly, it's not the most exciting gameplay. So it's just great to have constant team fights. It looks like Cillian, just warding very nicely here for his team, and yeah, Rainman is shutting down Cliff in top lane. There's not much he can do. Udyr at 77 kills, CS versus 48 for Gragas. And looks like he's flashing in range. That's the Gangplank ultimate. That's probably going to save him. Wow, he gets a tick off his ultimate. Is he going to get in range for a stun? And there's the stun, a rebirth. Well done by Cillian. He has his own egg. And Udyr is coming from top. This could be very dangerous for Anivia here. There's the stun on Anivia. He's going to change the Tiger to do lots of damage. And there's the pickup. First blood here for Team Solomid. Wow. That was 10 minutes into the game.
That's a long first blood, considering they picked it up in the first minute of the last game. So Chaos also getting down the bottom there, managing to pick up on Caitlyn. Going to rush in, will not be able to get Janna down. The flash was used as well, trying to push it, but that means they're going to be able to push the lane. I think Janna's going to be able to hold the lane for a little while. Meanwhile, at the top there, it is all happening, and Gragas will go down as well. The odd one on absolutely nothing. 19 health there the odd one. So they're just about getting together, really hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And great teamwork, as we said. Reginald baited him around just long enough for Gangplank to get up there, Udyr to come in and assist, and now they're going to get a good stack pushed on towards that top tower, and I think they're all going to go and buy, spend a lot of gold. Let's see what they're buying. Wriggle's Lantern for Udyr straight away. We've got the Madreds. They're not going to go for it again, surely.
They're doing it again. And actually somebody on Twitter said that this is the normal build for Tristanas in America, which really was news to me, but you know, Twitter doesn't lie. So, oh, missing the cue there.
So what we're saying, what they're going for is they are going for well, you can see them already, a bunch of Wriggle's Lanterns, which means you can do Baron a lot earlier. You can take Dragon down very quickly.
Yes.
And that's kind of the plan, but they're thinking they tried to do it earlier against My Revenge. It almost worked. Actually picked them up about 3 kills as well in the process. But they didn't get the Baron so quite so early. In fact, I don't think they got it at all in that whole game. They just ended up just pushing like crazy. But Team Solo Mid, they have that gold advantage now, and then you can see it's the 3k advantage already, and they haven't even taken Dragon, which is about to happen.
Yeah, looks like it is setting up for Dragon. There is a ward, an enemy ward that's now taken down, and it looks like Team Alternate is now rotating in. Yes, there's the Clairvoyance confirming it. Caitlyn just poking at them a little bit. Janna probably poking in with a tornado as well. There's not much else they can do, There's absolutely nothing else that Team Alternate could do, and they knew it, and so they just gave that Dragon away. At the meantime, it looks like Gragas is actually taking top turret. Nice Gangplank ultimate. It's going to clean out that wave. It's going to save that turret. That's beautifully done. Reginald getting a bomb down on Olaf. Is not going to get the rewind in. Or is he? Actually puts in the rewind and the speed boost. That means Olaf's going to have to go home. Yeah, that took a good chunk of his health off there right now.
The Team Solo Mid looking like they're setting up nicely. Let's have a look at the CS, how things are faring up. So up the top, it's been Gangplank's actually been jungle. Let's see how the junglers are doing. 33, it's kind of expected. Gangplank's been invading quite well. Let's have a quick look in the middle. You can see Udyr having his way with Pharrellin at the moment, but he's got Gangplank coming out. Gragas coming around the side, managed to get the ulti. Actually knocked him out. Nice wall there. Didn't quite block him off. There wasn't quite in the right place. And I think actually the ulti from Gragas kind of knocked him out of Pharrellin. Pharrellin's like, no, I kind of had him there. But immediately knocked him away.
going in super aggressively in bot lane by himself. Alistar's not in range quite yet. I don't know what he's trying to do there, but there is Alistar coming from the river right now. Chaos is not going to have a second jump. He jumped in already, and there's the Janna ultimate actually wasted as well. At the same time, top lane, Udyr finds Olaf in his own jungle, and Olaf has to run. He's 3 levels below Udyr, and there's not much they can do.
And he needs to be very careful here, because Reginald are both there as well, and Udyr is going to surely dive him. He doesn't want Reginald taking the tower damage. The bomb's going to go off. He's going to surely finish him off. He's just baiting him around the tower. He finally should finish him off. Gets that turtle shield on. He should be fine walking away from there. He has the support. And very nicely done. Team Solo Mid moving to 4-0. And again, they're still pushing each other down the bottom here, Daniel.
Yeah, they are. Currently have me 5k. Yes, I was calculating 7 minus 2. Yeah, that's 5. 5k advantage for Team Solo Mid in gold. That's a good chunk this early in the game. 4 kills to 0. It's looking dire for German heroes. And Tristana is jumping in once again against Caitlyn, who immediately nets out. Good damage, though, put out on Caitlyn, even though it's not going to be a kill. Chaos hardly lost a thing, and that Caitlyn is going to have to go home, giving Chaos even more of an advantage there. Very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, more to the point, Pharrellin was actually on the way down there, so he was sort of thinking about it, and then thought, well, it's not really worth it now. They all need to go back. And Reginald's returned to the lane. Reginald has been back on board. He's got himself a catalyst. He's got a second Doran's in there as well. We've got a Wriggle's Lantern now on Wriggle's Lantern. A Spirit Visage, sorry, on Udyr now, so he's also tanky. And really, I don't think Gragas can do anything to him now.
No, I don't think Gragas ever could do anything to him, to be perfectly fair. And that's the problem. That's the reason why the dual AP meta died out. We've discovered so many bruisers that are just really, really good in top lane, and they just shut down APs, like you can see. I mean, Gragas can still more or less farm, and you know, if you're an exceptional Gragas, maybe you can make something happen, but you're going to be at a disadvantage from the word go, and that's just not what you want.
So we've got a possible ninja on down the bottom. You can see Chaos is just getting sniped up there. I don't know whether that means he's thinking of going back, or whether he's just trying to knock Chaos down, but Chaos is like, you did absolutely no damage to me with your ulti there. What are you going to do? So the odd one's sneaking in there. You can see X Special is also around there. He's going to jump. He does manage to get netted away, and doesn't show his hand either too early. Let's have a quick look at the top. We can see that Gragas is being stunned at the moment. Udyr, let's have a quick look back down the bottom. Meanwhile, Reginald has pulled it back, so Reginald's going to be buying. Reginald has come out with, he's got a blasting ward, so he's building up to a Rod of Ages almost certainly. And Gragas still hanging around. Gangplank, sorry, still not going for anything. And you can see at the top, there's just tower being pushed slowly but surely. Olaf is going to come around there. I wanted to try and hang around the bottom there, but nothing's really happening.
Yeah, nothing's happening. Now Nivea actually going to find Alistair here in the river. I don't think she can do. Beautiful wall, exactly what she needed to do. And there is the ultimate from Alistair. It's not going to be a kill, but forcing an ultimate outside the fight. At the same time, sorry, which one? Oh, sorry, I missed that one. Yeah, bot tower. There you go. Caitlyn actually getting killed.
Taking advantage of the fact that Janna had gone across to defend it. They managed to get straight in there, and the ulti from Gangplank also coming around. Oh, they're going to catch Nivea, surely. And Nivea is going to land the stun, though, just in time. Reginald's going to come around the side there. Will manage to get the bomb down. It's all going off straight on the tower. They managed to get the bomb. He's going to survive. I think he also has Rebirth as well. And Janna, they need to back away. I think they're just going to invade and steal the blue while they're here. Yes, they will do. Meanwhile, at the top there, you can see Udyr continuing to harass Olaf. Olaf is just not sure what to do with this crazy tiger stancing Rain Man at the top here. He's been doing a fantastic job. So, blue stolen. And TSM looking strong, 5-0. The first tower is still yet to go down, but it's almost inevitable it's going to happen soon.
Did we have a timer for Dragon? We don't see chat, so we don't know. But yeah, I feel Dragon should be coming back rather soon. Soonish. That's how I time dragons, by the way, when they play. When's Dragon, Daniel?
Get the feel for it.
Soonish. Yeah. My gut says maybe soon.
So at the moment you can see down the bottom. Let's have a look at the CS. Tristana versus Caitlyn down the bottom. 132 with 103. It's not too bad considering he's been kind of on his own. He's been harassed quite a lot. That top tower is getting desperately low. Let's have a look. Udyr versus Gragas. You can see Udyr with a massive advantage. 141 to 95. Gragas making his way back towards the top. Midwise, 117 to 94. So TSM pretty much winning every single lane, which is not good news for Alterna, I've got to be honest. But they're still yet to take a tower. This top tower is going to be cleared out. And Udyr is going to go back and buy. We'll see what he's going to come back with. Janna with Oracle, surrounding round, trying to see if he can pick anything up. Reginald with that blue. He's quite happy, just going to keep farming. There's no worries at all. And you can see that they are circling now for Dragon. The wards are starting to go out. Gragas has, the cow, it'll be forever known as, does have Oracle on, which is why he's clearing the wards out. And Pharrellan just trying to catch him there, Coux with an axe straight across his face. Also dodges the stun. They're going to go straight in for it, this one. I'm going to carry on going with it, Daniel, at the moment, because Reginald's going to dive straight in there. Reginald needs to be very careful. He's put the ulti on himself, so now he's going to flash in. Will that ulti manage to get used up before he dies? No, it won't. He's going to go around. The egg has been popped. So that's going to get taken down. Reginald did go down, though, in the end there, just as the ward finished. Caitlyn managed to pick him off, so that's the first kill for Alternate. But Team Solar Mid picking up another 2 for 1 there, and the Dragon just spawns almost like they knew it was going to happen.
Almost like they had a better timer than me. I don't know. How is that possible? Yeah, it looks very, very dire right now for Team Alternate. Was it Caitlyn's ultimate that picked up Reggie?
Was,
yeah, that's exactly what I would have expected. Yeah, I was following them chasing, I think, Olaf to the tower. Olaf managed to escape there. So yeah, that was an interesting fight. Cillian got focused very early on, and Alternate actually had the discipline to stop focusing him as soon as he put his ultimate on, so his ultimate was kind of wasted there. Speaking of wasted ultimates, Gragas using his to defend the tower. I'm not sure that was the best move. There is the tower pickup for Team TSM. That's the bot tower that was, like you said, inevitable. It had to happen.
It is, and the top tower is almost also very low, mid tower very low now. So Team Solar Mid starting to put the pressure on, as it were. 3-0-1 for Chaos already down the bottom there. It's what you need for your AD carry. Your AD carry picking up those kills. Zillion actually only picking up the assists so far, so Reginald's not getting the farm that he kind of wanted. Probably want to get a
but you know what?
by now, but
at 129 CS, he's still got more than anyone on the other team. More than Caitlyn. So yeah, I think he's okay. He has his Rod of Ages now. That's an interesting build. Usually he goes straight for that death cap, but he does get focused a lot, probably because his Cillian is so infamous. So he thinks, well, I might as well just buy some defense then if they're going to focus me. Now it looks like 3 people are going to come top to take out Reginald. I don't think it's going to happen unless Pharrellan is going to have some brilliant wards here. I guess that was an okay wall, actually. And, there is a Gangplank ultimate just to slow them down a little bit. Reginald is going to run right now, but there is the body slam from Gragas. There's another very, very good ultimate from Gragas. That is the revive pickup. I guess his team cannot save him. There, beautiful stun, perfect timing from Pharrellan, and they pick up the kill.
They do pick up the kill. The tower almost gone, though, so they were, despite the fact the minions were beaten away on it, they were so engrossed on getting a kill on Reginald. It's just something you kind of want. It's like, I kill Reginald.
Global taunt, I am Reginald.
But meanwhile, it looks like the mid tower is being forced heavily. Chaos and Rayman in there. Actually, Chaos is tanking the tower at the moment. Rayman is going to come around. They're going to push it. And you can see the Chaos just coming around the back side. Had to back away. Olaf comes around and said they're not going to go for it. So Rayman is just going to...
Oh, Janna may get caught in the forest here. No, she's probably going to be fine. Alistair was thinking about rotating around and catching her. It looks like now TSM are trying for the red buff. And it looks like, no, they may actually be trying for Baron. Let's see if they can make this happen. Janna has an Oracle's Elixir and can actually clear out wards here, and that's exactly what she's trying to do right now. But she needs to be careful not to get too far from her team, because if that Udyr came back from behind, he could kill her before her team could come. Then, yeah, it looks like Udyr is just... The Rainman says, let's just take that tower, why not? Meanwhile, in mid, we see... actually, my Revenge Alternate about to take their first tower of the game. Very good. Kedio picking that one up, but at the same time, you know, Udyr says, I can do that too, and I can do it all by myself.
Yeah. So a top stack pushed. They're going to have to go back and defend that, and again, the teams are going to return and buy. I think X-Special kind of wanted to catch someone there. He was making his way in, but I don't think he's going to be able to. So let's have a quick look at what they bought.
Actually, Susanna jumping in right there with the Gangplank ultimate as well. She doesn't know who to go for. Now she has to flash out, actually, because she was separated by that wall. And there is Cillian coming in right now to help them, and it doesn't look like they're going to catch anyone. Oh, sorry for interrupting you there, but
that's okay. When it happens, it happens. And at the moment, you can see that they are going to steal blue once again. I think they've had blue every single time, because Gangplank got it right at the start. I don't think
maybe one blue, maybe one that went to Anivia, but not more than one for sure.
Yeah, so that's going to go straight to Reginald. And you see Kerks is going to go back. Oh, he gets trapped on the way back. It's just had picked up the Bloodthirst. The Trinity Force now looks like it's being built by Udyr. So once he gets that, he's going to be pretty much unstoppable. He's nearly there already. Gangplank got that Sheen as well, building up the Zeal as well. So Gangplank pretty well built. Let's have a look towards the other side. Infinity Edge still not built by Caitlyn. Caitlyn's having a little problem farming and needs to be very careful against Udyr. Udyr is very tanky down this bottom lane. Doesn't want to get too close to him, so he can just come up and get that stun. And once you've got Udyr on you, it's very hard to get away, especially with that damage. I mean, he does have the net shot, which is managing to farm nicely. Udyr actually sensing a trap and is back straight away, which is rightly done so, because Janna and Anivia were both coming down there.
Udyr actually has the highest creep stats in the game right now at 179. That is a lot of gold, and yeah, looking at the top, almost 10k gold advantage for Team Solomid. It's looking dire. And you know what? It's not a surprise. Team Alternate are fighting a very good match today. They had a couple of really good moves, and you know, there's always going to be underdogs at tournaments, and even though we like to see them win, sometimes the underdog is just going to be the underdog, and he's just going to be defeated. And it looks like they are maybe going for Baron. Team Alternate is not in position, and Cillian could be baiting in mid lane to just distract him. Yes, it looks like they are going for Baron, and with the 3 Wriggles that they have, this could be a very, very quick Baron. It doesn't look like Alternate are smelling anything, because Reginald is still in the middle, farming minions. And Team Alternate, let's have a look at what they are actually seeing. They have no vision whatsoever. They're not seeing this. This is just a bug in spectator mode. And there you go. Team Solomid has just picked up a complete free Baron. Ouchies. Ouchies.
Very nicely done, and we said it at the start. We could see it with the Wriggles being bought. So a 23-minute Baron will give it up. So I expect them to push straight up mid. They've got a good stack to follow straight in as well.
Yeah.
So almost certainly the inner turret is going to go Alton. They need to really sort of think, how are we going to defend this one? They need to 5-man. They need Anivia in there very quickly. Anivia had been back to buy, so Anivia's going to go in. They'll almost certainly give up this first tower, because the stack is there. It's got the tank minion stack as well. Reginald going around, actually using his speed buff and flash to get around that. Very wary. So they seem to be very wary of Ferellian, like you say, is on Anivia. They seem to think, okay, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I mean, they are top players. They reached obviously the EPS finals with SK. Unfortunate in that game, but they beat a lot of teams to get there, so they are no slouches, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Chaos is going to continue on there. Rayman is pulling the attraction of the tower. Chaos needs to be careful. He's walled in there, but he does manage to ulti away, jump away, and they're going to go in, finish the tower off. A lot of damage going down towards Olaf there. But they all step away. Very low health, though, but that's also going to put this next tower in desperate need, because 3 of them have to step away. You can see Caitlyn already gone back to base. Janna is almost baiting them in there, saying, come on, take me. Gragas is, I think he used his ulti in there to try and fend it off, so will they push it in there? The bottom lane and the top lane are both pushed with minion stacks. for Alternate, but instead they're going to go straight in there. Will manage to get the stun, and you can see that earlier, Anivia's got absolutely no mana. Reginald's going to come around there. That's going to be 1 down, 2 down, almost certainly. Gragas manages to flash out of there, but Udyr flashes straight across. Nice ulti from Janna there, just about surviving, but Reginald did try and get the bomb. It actually went on to Caitlyn. Caitlyn, the only person that went back. Who is tanking it? It is Rain Man. Perfectly, of course. Perfect. And that will be the turret. Oh, he's going to get blocked nicely by Rain Man.
Nice.
Well done. And that's going to be the tower down in the base, and Inhibitor may well follow. Team Solo Mid really starting to turn it on. You kind of expect it when they picked up the Baron.
Right. Yeah.
8-2 the score. 5
you need to have
towers.
You need to have an inhib at least. Oh, nice move there, but I don't think actually they're defending the inhib. I think that's worth a round of applause for Team Alternate for defending the inhib here. No?
Just no.
It's not. The audience does not agree with me. It's not even worth a round of applause. Well then. But Reggie actually putting the bling on himself there in that fight, put the revive on when he didn't quite need it yet, but he was super aggressive, so probably not a bad idea. Pharrell Lord peeking his head in a little farther. He needs to be super careful. He's got to get some poking done, but you know, that dragon is nearly TSM's. And oh, Pharrell Lord, be super careful. There's a very good game plan argument, actually slowing all of them right down. The Raymond gets stunned, does not quite get in range, and they take a lot of damage. And oh, there is the egg there. Chaos has to flash out after egging Pharrell, but that's definitely going to be a kill on Pharrell, who gets bumped around as an egg and gets killed. And there's Udyr already on Olaf. There's the kill from Gangplank on Olaf as well. And this is just looking very, very bad, Demon.
It's got to be honest here. I mean, it's almost certainly the finish here for Team Solo Mid. They're going to push straight in now. I think they're probably going to be able to take the... No, they don't have any minions with them, so there's no Sippy minions, obviously because they didn't take the inhibitor, so it's kind of delayed them. So they're just going to go back. They're going to buy. The Baron buff will run out in time. They won't have much longer of that, but you got to start looking towards maybe the next game, Team Solo Mid versus Millennium. Millennium, we're going to be watching this one thinking,
oh, yeah.
You know, Alternate had their moments in this game.
Oh, yeah,
they're certainly not unbeatable. Looks like they're going to continue on pushing this top tower, though, so they're going to clear out that wave. Caitlyn already pinging it there. You can see that X-Special is going to come around the back. I think he may well tank this tower. Yeah, Janna has spotted him. I think Caitlyn needs to be very wary here and get out of it. They have a huge stack coming straight in. So here comes X-Special. We're going to come around the side. Does he have flash? I don't think he does. He can headbutt and pulverize straight into onto someone if he can get close enough. Will that trap manage to catch him? Doesn't matter. The tower's going to go, and they're just going to back away and go by and spend their much-earned gold, which I guess some of them we've got a lot of.
So now we are slowly getting to the point where the dual AP is maybe starting to show its strength. I don't think that Alternate have any chance really of getting back into this, but if they are to have a chance, it's going to be Pharrell Lord and Cliff blowing somebody up before they can do anything in the team fight. That's what we're hoping to see right now. Gragas has finished their death cap, and Nivea is probably just about to, as she's cleaning out yet another huge minion stack here. That should probably give enough gold for the death cap, and let's see if he's going to go home and buy it. No, not quite yet, but that's exactly what we need right now. We need these two big AP casters to blow someone up. The problem is, who are you going to blow up on Team TSM? I mean, even Tristana is quite tanky already. You're not going to blow up the Bull. He's just going to ult. You're not going to blow up Udyr for sure. Gangplank also tanky enough with the Trinity Force there and the dual elixir. And if you want to blow up Zillion, well, he's just going to ult himself.
Exactly, and he could ulti anyone in the team. Anyone that gets targeted is going to have that ulti. Right. So we've got Brilliant Potion stacked now, and almost Rabadon's death cap on Zillion as well. A lot of damage. You can see Phantom Dance and Bloodthirster. As well as that, Wriggles obviously started off with a Berserker Grip, so crazy attack speed as well now on KX, so it's going to do a lot of damage. This tower's going to go down before they can even respond. Oh, Caitlyn needs to be careful though. You can see her deer.
Yeah, he's looking for
a crazed cow and a bear coming at you, so they had to back away from that one. You can see the super minions now starting to also push in towards mid, so they've got to deal with them in a moment. Will they just follow them straight in towards mid? There's also a big stack up top, so Alternate have got all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
We're not going to see any crazy dives here this time. Yes, we will do. We're going to see Reginald coming around the side. He's going to put that bomb onto Olaf and back away, which means they're going to surely buy them time. Yes, they will. The Team Tournament's going to now push on towards the Tower of Chaos. We'll just continue pounding on it. They're going to dive straight in. And it looks like will be Olaf. Olaf's almost certainly going to go down. Will he get on the fountain just in time? Yes, he will. The fountain just about surviving there. Janna does go down. I think Gragas is not going to be able to get out of this one. Look at that. Rayman's just saying, I don't care about two towers. I'll just go straight in there. Tower goes down. Inhibitor goes down. And you have to say, well played to Team Solo Mid. They've looked solid throughout.
Absolutely.
Olaf is going to go down. He's not going to reach the fountain. That's going to be another kill. And that is not quite the ace because Caitlyn did manage to make it back to that fountain. It needs to be careful. Doesn't matter. Team Solomid are going to take this game and they are the victors in this. So Group A, they picked up 2 wins. We've seen Millennium pick up 2 wins. Who will top this group? That is the question. You'll be able to find out very soon here. On ESL. We are at Gamescom. It is all live, all happening right in front of a huge studio
Look at
audience.
that crowd, Demon. That's amazing.
It is a big audience, and all the top players are watching it as well, which is the important thing. But yeah, I mean, Intel Extreme Masters, it's only going to get hotter from here. Literally, here with the stage lights, the crowds.
And you know what? We are in Group A, which is not the stronger group. Group B has Fnatic, SK, and CLG. That is a group of death, if ever there was one. Who's the 4th team? I think it's Frag Executors. Yeah, they got picked up by Frag Executors, which is awesome as well. Congratulations to them for that. But honestly, the Polish team, they're going to be the underdogs in Group B, and that's just going to be complete massive domination there. So it looks like we already have our 2 teams from Group A, don't we? We have we have...
It's Team Solomid and Millennium. They're both qualified. It's a case of who's going to top the group.
Now, look at Reggie.
You got to be honest. Who's going to top the group? Does it really matter? Because you're going to get either SK, CLG, or Fnatic, or Frag Executors.
Right.
I mean, it's
all bad.
it's not good either way.
Yes,
so,
that's true.
Well playing Team Solomid. Yeah, you can see that on your screens there. And Reggie seems to have shed his light blue shirt, so I guess he was a bit warm up there as well.
Yes, these lights are not cold. Let me put it that way. It's not coldness that creates light. It's warmth. Yeah, beautiful game here. Perfect play from TSM. My main question is going to be, are they going to run a Zillion on Reggie against Millennium? Because currently they could run a Zillion on Reggie because they knew they could force this game to end before it got to the late game. But as always, if you get a Zillion into late game, all of a sudden that's one person who's not going to have any damage output anymore. He's still going to be useful for the team with his revives, but his damage output is going to be completely ignorable toward the late game. So the question is, are they going to run this against Millennium? And I am looking for, is this going to be the next game right now?
It will be coming up shortly, yeah, that's which obviously they need to change around the players need to set up. We have these things, we know how long players can take in esports.
Yes, we know that very, very well. And I'm very happy with the tournament draft mode that we have inclined right now, because let me tell you, when we used to do manual draft with a piece of paper and a pen like we did at WCG, it would sometimes take a very long time. It came to the point where at the WCG I put a stopwatch on my phone. I was like, you have 60 seconds for this pick. Go. But now we have it in-game, of course.
I wish we had that when we were online as well. Hopefully it will become available to the public very soon, I'm sure.
It will be very, very soon. Absolutely, yes. As far as I know, it's going to go up with spec mode, which is going to come right after Dominion, basically. Dominion, like we said, we're going to show it at PAX still. So we're going to leave it exclusive to PAX still for that weekend, so that it's super exciting, and people at PAX can be the first in North America to get their hands on it. Obviously, Europe got their hands on it first, just pointing that out right here. And right after that, basically, very, very soon after that.
We did win Season 1, so, we kind of deserved it, Yes. Fair play to Fnatic.
Yes, that's exactly why we
So we're going to get Dominion come out, then we're going to get the spec mode come out, and then right after that, we're going to get replays, is that right?
Minutes after spec mode.
I thought, I've got you on the spot. I could maybe...
maybe not. Replays is definitely something we really want to do. We have a team that's excited, that says, let's go, let's do it. That team is currently still putting the finishing touches on spectator mode. We believe that team's going to move on to replays, but we have not committed to that quite yet. Yeah. But I would say replays is going to just be knocked out very quickly. It's going to be a UI thing. We have to give a couple of considerations.
There's a lot of work involved in it, yeah.
But we did a lot of the work that we needed for it through our spectator mode already. So a lot of the work's been done already. So, shouldn't take long. And honestly, I both dread the day we're going to release replays, and I can't wait for it at the same time, because you know what happened to me when I discovered Warcraft 3 replay sites at the time I was playing Warcraft 3 actively? I just stopped playing. I just watched replays all day. Which, by the way, is great for discovering new strategies, not so great for working on your execution, because you just sit there going like, I could have done that better. But no, you couldn't have.
Yeah,
no, you couldn't.
So many times you see people just watching streams and going, oh, this guy's such a noob. And you're like, do you realize he's playing against one of the best players in the world?
Yep.
How do you think you look against him? That's the question.
Not so good, not so good, yeah. And Rotterdam is actually casting these StarCraft 2 games here, and I used to watch a lot of replays of him playing
Warcraft 3, yes, of course.
He
was the big Warcraft 3 man. He used to cast a lot of World Cyber Games, obviously take part in a lot of World Cyber Games. Unfortunately, he had another Dutch player that was
I don't know.
Better?
I can't think of his grubby name right now. Oh, there it is. Yes, there is a legend of Warcraft 3, of course, who's not doing so badly in StarCraft 2 these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you know what? We have our own scene here in League of Legends. And early today, I saw people from the Fnatic team give out shirts and people cheering for them. There was a massive crowd just screaming for Shushay and XP and these guys. It's like amazing. We have our own names. And by the way, if you've watched any of Shushay's live stream these days, whenever he plays Alistair, he still plays AP Alistair. He's like, yeah, you nerfed him, you made him 40% worse. Doesn't matter, I'll still play him. He puts his mask on, or I should say, he lets Alistair play for him, because at the end of the game, he's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna let Shushay come back now.
It's like
beautiful.
Candy Panda with Caitlyn, really. But yeah, I mean, the top players around here, and it's really amazing how League of Legends has developed as a tournament. We were saying earlier, you know, just back in October, only 10 months ago, World Cyber Games.
That can't be right.
League of Legends players, they were stuck in a little corner. Nobody was watching them. They were all thinking about. And these are the same players right now that are doing it here and now. Team Solo Mid, SK, exactly. We have in it, you know, it's the same SK players. Actually, they're going to be competing for Germany for the World Cyber Games.
Right. Yes.
Qualifications.
Yeah.
So you know, and how it's developed in the last 10 months is just incredible. The game area over there, they've got massive crowds like you'd normally see for like the StarCraft guys, etc. You now also got fans for League of Legends, and you know, I was stood at the back there talking to Hotshot and one of your guys, and I know Kenny knew I was there for like 10 minutes and 20 odd people just came up going, "Can I make my picture taken with you?"
And I had to run back and forth today because I'm doing both our booths, which is just over there. By the way, if you're watching here locally, that's the League of Legends Dominion booth. Go and play a game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's so easy to get to that it's like
it's 2 steps back and forth, and I tried
2 steps, but you got the crowds in between that like make it about
exactly.
Half hour
and the thing is, I just tried to get back and forth 2 or 3 times, and people stop me all the time and just ask me questions. It's beautiful, and you know what? I heart you guys. This is great. So many people sitting here. It makes me happy. And it looks like we have an interview on the stage, so we're going to cut over to the stage right there behind us for an interview.
All right, well, just want to ask you really quickly what happened in the last game, and why do you think you actually lost the game? Was it because you swapped one of your players out before the game?
This is one of 2 reasons I see, because we had a tactic, we talk about what we play, and our new player played the position which was supposed to be fish. And so he played well, but he didn't play this champion a lot of times, and we focus on this tactic.
So you felt that him not playing affected your play a lot?
Can you repeat this question, please?
Do you feel that like him not playing today really affected the team? Because like you said, the drafts that you picked suits what he practiced with you guys for.
Yeah, we practiced this tactic few days before, and this wasn't the really one reason because we lost. We was outpicked. We didn't thought they ban Nocturne and pick Gangplank, so they pick a jungler and a banner one, so there wasn't many jungler left.
Well, I just wanted to quickly talk to you about the picks that you picked. Can you tell us a little bit about why you guys pick such aggressive heroes?
I wouldn't call them aggressive. I mean, we just pick based on how we saw them play, and pick-wise, I just sit there and play. Chaos usually just does the picks, so I don't even know.
Well, you guys had a really good run so far. Do you hope, to make top 2 in a tournament or something like that?
Whenever we enter a tournament, we always aim for first, and we're definitely going to try our best and try to go for first.
Well, do you guys actually have anything you want to say to your fans? Because I know you guys have a lot of fans in the crowd.
I want to thank them all for coming, making posters, and supporting us. I love them, and we'll try our best at this tournament.
Well, we'll look forward to more of their games.